This first drill for the rise ball is a one knee isolated drill. We're doing this essentially just to take the lower half of the body completely out of the picture when the young lady is trying to establish good wrist snap. Once again, we've stated throughout this entire film that wrist snap is what gives rotation and rotation is what gives movement. This is a drill that can be used virtually for any pitch that we've talked about in the rise ball and the drop ball. However, the over-the-top drop, this is a really hard drill to be able to do because they are snapping down and around their leg and they won't see much success with it. Focus on the wrist snap, watch their hands come through, and as fast and as hard as you want, have them not worrying about accuracy and hitting their targets. They're working primarily and solely on wrist snap.
Cut.
This next drill is just another step in developing wrist snap for the rise ball. We've put a football in their hand. Obviously, it's not identical to the wrist snap that you need, but it gives them another object that they try to get to spiral underhand, just like a quarterback does in football overhand. It really works on the wrist snap and the fundamental of leading with that finger to get it to go. Please do not have your pitcher panic if they're not getting the right spiral right in the beginning. It's just another odd-shaped ball that they can work on getting the wrist snap for a rise ball and can see some direct feedback with the correct spiral rotation of the football. This is basically isolating the legs once again. It's gotten their stride much farther out. Remember, with the rise ball, you have a longer stride to get underneath the ball. We're getting them to already have their body angle that we want them to have at the point of release so that they can concentrate on their wrist snap and having their body feel like what it should feel like during that wrist snap. Notice the body angle pulling back and their stomach muscles working. One last thought on rise ball drills. A really good action that you can actually set them up in is have your pitcher and catcher from about the distance of home plate to second base. Have them actually going through the whole motion of watching that snap. It's a good way for the catcher to start getting used to watching the rotation in the ball and actually seeing some movement happen. And it's a good way for the pitcher to start seeing what the ball actually does. Over a longer period that a ball has to travel, the more movement that actually can happen because the rotation has longer to work and it gets them a good idea. You can also use that in the drop ball, curve ball, any kind of pitches that you're trying to learn. Distance is always good for them to watch the rotation and actually see the spin between the pitcher and the catcher.